good, y'all? This your boy Casey Field, King Self Life Wrestling Takes. Here to give you my honest take about this past Friday's Rampage. Before we talk about Rampage, I'm going to talk about it because it was all over my timeline. Everybody's like, man, Naomi versus Charlotte was off the chain. Listen, when you got people who don't even mess with WWE talking about that match was great and that was Naomi's best match and everything, and Charlotte actually didn't look bad herself, I said, let me go ahead and watch this match. Folks, I went to watch that match, and I'm here to tell you, Charlotte and Naomi, they tore the house down. I call Charlotte a mediocre piece of trash because she always go in the ring, act like she don't want to have a good match. If Charlotte want to wrestle, she'll wrestle. And her and Naomi had excellent chemistry. Naomi had one of the best matches she ever had in her life, and the crowd was behind it. Naomi even got choked up in the match. She knew she wasn't going to win, but she got choked up because she just took in the moment. She took in the fan appreciation. Fans wanted to see her win. They wanted to see her win. And y'all already knew the script. Y'all knew that she wasn't winning. Y'all already know. But the matchup was off the chain. I saw it. I said, wait a minute. I thought you don't watch WWE. Look, if it's a good match, I'm going to go out my way and watch it. As much as I can't stand Vince and them, I'm going out my way to watch a good match. And everybody on my timeline said, man, you got to see this match. You got to see it. I saw it, and I was like, yo, that matchup by itself destroyed anything that showed up on Dynamite. On Rampage. Oh, did you say what? Yes, I did. Everybody on my timeline was talking about AEW Rampage was off the chain. I saw the show, and I said this show was a complete dud. How you go from having a Dynamite AEW Dynamite to a hot garbage Rampage? I mean garbage. I said, what the clown is this? This show is trash. And we supposed to be getting cats prepared for Revolution, and you gonna go and put this filth on? Get the heck out of here, TK. Get out of here. Let me go ahead and talk about this matchup. So we get the matchup. We got the Young Bucks versus Rampage Vice. This is Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Obviously, these four have history because they fought each other in New Japan over the New Japan Tag Team titles and everything. I'm gonna keep it a book. I wasn't feeling this match at all. I wasn't. And the thing is, I'm cool with everybody in the match. I just wasn't feeling the match. The Young Bucks, I don't know. Young Bucks, man, I don't know why, but I just feel like the Young Bucks fell off, man. They fell off a cliff, man. The Young Bucks are great. It's just sometimes, man, they I don't know. It's like they pick and choose when they want to go in. Still to this day, one of the best tag team matches in AEW history is them versus Kenny and Adam. It's like, man, when they want to, I guess they, but doing all them crazy super kicks, man, they just make me. I was like, man, what the heck am I looking at? Then, like I said, you got Trent Beretta. Now, look, Rocky and Trent should have won this match. You want to know why? They did their so-called finisher, and I'm thinking like, okay, that should have been the end right there. In the match, boom, we got it. They said nope, and then when the Young Bucks, they did their finisher on them, that's when the match should have ended. They said nope, let's keep this foolishness going. I said, man, see, this is what I'm talking about when I say certain matches don't always need to be long matches. You can have a match that could possibly do a 10-minute match. You don't have to go dang near 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Because first of all, Rampage is only 1 hour. So you trying to fit 4 matches into a 1-hour show, it ain't going to work. That's why I like the 3-match concept. Because if you just have 3 matches, you got an opportunity to space them out. OC, Brandon Cutler out there clowning, doing all the foolishness. Oh, and how the heck I forget? Dan Housen was chilling under the ring because OC went under the ring. And then when they pulled the man out, he Dan, he do his little, I'm about to put a curse on you. Just a clown fest. That's what I said. You look at, man, I'm interested in dude. I just need to see more. I have not seen a ratchet of his yet. Most people say the man can wrestle his tail off. I'm going to have to see it. Now, I know he's just coming off that leg injury, so I think that's why they're trying to hold him off. So they're going to constantly have him get involved in certain things. Now, it probably would have been fine if they would have had Romper Vice get the victory because of him, because this is the whole scenario that this Danhausen clown is basically causing a rift in the elite, or the super elite, or whatever they call themselves. So, Young Bucks end up doing their finisher. They did the two knees to Trent, where they knee him in the back of his head and in the front of his face. And after that, Trent and OC tried to do something. Rocky tried to do something. But then Jay White showed up out the woodwork and laid the man. He did the switchblade. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm interested in Jay White. And the reason why I'm interested in Jay White is because I want to see how well does he how well does he do on a national television show. Wasn't he on Impact, man? No, nobody watch Impact. 100K, that's it. Nobody watch Impact. This dude is on a show that's doing close to 1 million a week. So next week on Dynamite, we getting Trent versus it's Rampage. I think we getting Trent versus Jay White, and you know Jay White is winning. You already know that. I'm gonna look forward to this match because look, Trent ran it. I always like Trent. I think Trent's a great wrestler. You know, it's just the whole best friend situation. It just feels like they ain't been doing nothing. 1 week Chuck E. T's there, next week he's a no show. Yuta's no show. It's like, yo, what the heck is going on? It's like the best friends didn't change their whole identity, and it's like it's nothing going on. Absolutely nothing. They just feuding with the Bucks for who knows what. Like, they just feuding just to be feuding. Like, they ain't doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, like I said, that was that. You know, so I really didn't care nothing about the match. But like I said, Jay making his presence known, fine. Then we get this matchup. We get Dr. Britt Baker taking on Robin Renegade. Now, Robin is a twin. She has a twin sister. And she and her twin sister are a tag team, and they are students to none other than who? Thunder Rosa. So, obviously, this is another one of Thunder Rosa's students being fed to Britt Baker. And, obviously, she tried a little something. Listen, I don't know. I don't know. Now, the storyline with this matchup, no Jamie Hayter. Rebel came out late, but no Jamie Hayter, right? So Britt Baker just throwing her around. Robin was trying to do a little something, but obviously, wasn't going to be enough. So Britt lays it out. So then Rebel go and get the gloves so she can do the lockjaw. She does the lockjaw, and she got it in tight. Girl bust her mouth open. She tapping. Thunder Rosa come running out. Music hit. She come in there. Start beating the bricks off of Britt Baker. Then Jamie finally shows up. She's extra late. She runs out there. She start beating the snot out of Thunder. I mean, she was tearing her up. She was beating the brakes off her. And then that's when Mercedes comes out. She come out. You thinking they finna double team. No, Mercedes throws Jamie off. And then she start beating the brakes off of Thunder Rosa. So then that's when the two of them like, yo, what's wrong with you? So she started pushing her. Then she started pushing her. And then they get into each other's face. Britt Baker jumps in the middle of them and tells them, listen, we on the same page. What the heck is wrong with y'all? See, this is basically, Jamie done woke up. Jamie done realized that Britt, she done moved on. She got new muscle now. She don't need Jamie no more. So Jamie's about to turn. It's getting ready to happen. So Britt was trying to be the middle ground for him. Like, hey, we were all on the same page. Like, let's beat the brakes off her together. Let's all, that's basically what the storyline is. Because at the end of the day, all this is going to lead up to is Thunder versus Britt for the title. And I believe it's going to take place at Revolution. So, obviously, the storyline after the match was the best part about this. But I really didn't get no care about the match at all. So. Then on to the worst match on the whole show. This was by far Hook's worst match yet. Hook's over like a mug. Came out there looking like $1 million. So the name of Hook is he's basically destroying every clown that's working for QT Marshall. QT had found this black dude named Blake Lee. Don't know who he is. He was out there trying to flex. I don't know who this clown is. Did nothing. Absolutely nothing. QT Marshall, like, he wanted to get involved. He like, look, man, I could be wrestling you, but you send this clown, throw this clown out here, and I had one of my worst matches. This was by far Hook's worst match yet, and it ain't even his fault. I'm blaming this Blake Lee clown that they decided to throw up in there because they want to quote unquote give him a shot. Get the heck out of here. This is trash, utter garbage. I say, man, get this filth off my TV. This is some foolishness. Foolishness to the highest order, man. I'm watching this stuff. So he makes him tap and all this, and obviously this is the storyline. He's going through every person that's associated with QT. That's basically what the whole storyline is. So we got a promo. Absolute Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs standing there looking like $1,000,000. Obviously, we're gonna get this is part. What is this? No, this is part 4. I think is it part 3 or part 4. I don't know. Dante and Powerhouse Hobbs will face each other to determine who's going to get into the Face of the Revolution ladder match to see who's going to become the #1 contender for the TNT Championship. This is it. After this, they go their separate ways. After this, no more. I've seen it. You know, I get what they're trying to do, but this is it. We got to go our separate ways. Dante got to move on to something else. Time for Will Hobbs to start potentially getting into the main event spot where he should be. I know a lot of people say he ain't ready. Well, so was so many of the fools that I named in the past. Darby Allin wasn't ready. Sammy Guevara wasn't ready. Adam Hangman Page wasn't ready. Britt Baker wasn't ready, but you still saw them get victories, which will lead them into the positions that they are in now. It's time to do the same thing with my man Will Hobbs, and I know with Lee coming through, there's 2 black dudes that you got potentially put in the main event scene. You can push them together at the same exact time. You push one as a heel, you push one as a babyface. There you have it. We got 2 black dudes that you could potentially put in the main event scene. Push them at the same exact time. You did all these other fools the same way. You can do us the same way. It ain't even no excuse. It's not rocket science. I'm tired of these fools coming up with excuse after excuse after excuse. I done heard all these fools in the IWC talk about, well, man, you know, somebody's going to get overlooked and everything because they bringing in all these new names. So what? It's the name of the game is to constantly give cats. Okay, so you do one person this week, then you do the other person next week. And you constantly build them up together. It's not that hard. It ain't. It's not that hard. It really ain't. It's not that hard. I'm serious. It's not that hard. I'm sorry. This thing that came out the woodwork. Trying to close it out. There it is. It's not. It ain't. You brought Keith Lee in. You got Will Hobbs who's still learning, but you can gradually build them up together. It ain't that hard. It's not. It really ain't. So that's that. So Ricky Starks is. I mean, he just great. Ricky Starks is excellent on commentary. He's great. He's a great promo. Chris Jericho on the other hand, man, I'm tired of Chris. I'm so tired of Chris. Chris just, listen, after this situation with the Inner Circle, I need Chris to get the heck off TV. I need him to go away, get the heck out of here. Go do, just go do the rock out thing. Go do that. Do all that. Do that. Just go sing Judas to yourself. We ain't trying to see you, So, yeah, we got Daniel Bryan, Lee Moriarty, Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal was like, Tony Schiavone had asked Daniel. He was like, listen, he said, what's your take on Moxley overlooking you and teaming up with CM Punk? He said, listen, most people want me to be bothered by it. I'm very unbothered. They want me to be ticked off. Listen, he can make up his mind and all that. But in the meantime, I said what I said about a Matt Sydal. I said what I said about a Lee Moriarty. All that. And just speaking to them, they walked up and he told him, hey, Matt, he said, I like you. You're a great wrestler. But Lee Moriarty doesn't need to be under your leadership. He should be under me. Then Lee jumped in and said, look, I'm tired of people just throwing my name around. If you want some of me, you can face me. Fight me. Brian said, sure, I'll face you on Dynamite this upcoming week. The whole internet went crazy. Oh, man, this match is going to be off the chain. It's going to be great. I'm pretty sure it's going to be excellent. But we already know the final result. But I said, everybody, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see this match. Yeah, I can't wait to see it too. But I'm telling you what's going to happen. Then we got another promo. Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch. This feud ain't going to work unless we get a double turn. Based off the promos that were cut from both of them. Layla Hirsch was basically talking about how she scratched and clawed her way to get to the position where she is right now, and that she was adopted, and that didn't nobody want to bring her in, didn't nobody want to take her up. I was like, Layla, you the heel, right? What the heck is you? Why are you talking like that? Why are you trying to make yourself as a sympathetic babyface when you the heel? Meanwhile, Chris gonna say, you know what? Listen, you constantly can run around here thinking that you all that in the bag of chips when you're nothing but an unprofessional woman, and let alone since you said that you was adopted, nobody should have took you out of that orphanage. Chris was the heel with the promo. Layla was the baby face. They got the roles reversed. TK, you failed miserably with this one. I'm getting on your behind with this. You got the wrong people playing the wrong roles. I told you, the alien should be a heel because she could get this alien gimmick over a lot better as a heel. Layla is the baby face. Based off of her physique, the woman, look at, I call her a small glamazon because of what she's small, but she can wrestle her tail off. That's the baby face right there. She just screams baby face. And when she cut that promo, everybody in IWC was tripping because both Chris and Layla was trending. And I saw what Chris said. I said, no, she didn't say that. But she the baby face. I said, TK, you can miss me with this foolishness. TK, you can miss me with this foolishness. Get this foolishness. Get it right. Once they do the match, we need a double turn. We need it. We need a double turn. I'm not tolerating this foolishness, man. Get this foolishness right, TK. You've been in the business for 3 years now. Get this foolishness correct. Let's go. Now, the main event. Side-by-side promo with Mark Henry. Let me tell you something. I can't stand Billy Gunn blackface wearing behind. But let me tell you something. Homeboy can cut a promo. When he want to talk, he can talk. He's an excellent promo. Excellent. He said what he said about them. He said the Jurassic Express boys, Christian, you got your behind kicked. And my boys are going to take those titles off of your guys. And Christian said, oh, you want to... He looked at his shirt. He said, oh, look. He said, you talk about winning. He said, let me go ahead and congratulate you right now. But let me tell you something. My boys are not losing these titles, and we're going to kick y'all behinds right now. And then Mark Henry said, hey, cool. Enough talk. It's time for the main event. Most over thing in the AEW on Rampage. Mr. Mark Henry with that line. I ain't never think he'd be able to get that stuff over. He got it over. We get to the match. Obviously, this was the best match on the show. I still didn't give a care about it, but I watched it. I had to give them props. The Gun Club, Colton and Austin, they decent. They somewhat, they decent. I give them props, You already know what you're gonna get from Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Obviously, they was out there playing the big man get taken out. So what Jungle Boy gonna do? And then, meanwhile, Billy Gunn basically knocking out Christian and all kind of chaos going on outside the ring. Just goofiness, the typical heel babyface tag team match in AEW. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to make you think, was it Austin or was it Colton? I think it was Austin. Austin ran up and now here's the thing. One of them was pinning the other one. I think he was pinning Jungle Boy. Homeboy got his feet on the rope. And Aubrey is looking, talking about Aubrey Graham, the referee. She's looking directly at the man. Why does she continue to count? When you see the man cheating, it should have been an automatically rope break. Nah, she just went based on because Jungle Boy kicked out. Or Lucha, it was either Jungle Boy or Luchasaurus, one or two. But I remember that. I said, this is the crazy part about some of the refs. Y'all are supposed, I can see if you got your back turned because when she did have a back turn, they called Billy Gunn and it was called a distraction outside. This way, Austin was able to run up and whack Jungle Boy with the title. But if you see somebody with their feet on the rope and you looking right at them, how the heck you don't stop and say, wait, what are you doing? You cheating. I don't know. Just the small little stuff that shouldn't be a factor into the match. But when you see it, you just be like, okay, this is referee one-on-one errors that you don't make. And this is some of the errors that a lot of the refs do make. they be making blatant errors where you see certain things. Like I can see if your back is turned, but if you looking directly at them and you see them cheating and you act like ain't nothing going on, uh, you going to see it's even with the refs. The refs have to play their roles correct. They got to get the timing right. Remember what I said? Timing and pacing is one of the major reasons why Rampage or Dynamite don't be good. It's because they got to get the pacing right. They got to get the timing right. 4 matches is pushing it. Because first of all, I didn't even talk about it. The main event, they didn't even have time to do the intros. All 4 of the clowns was already out there before because they didn't have time to do the intros. It was too much. They was pressed for time. They had to edit it out. It was pressed for time. I'm like, see, that's what we need to go back to 3 matches. Rampage should only have 3. I know they're trying to squeeze 4 matches in there, but 3 is the minimum. This way, each of them get opportunities to breathe. Not 4, because one of them going to be real quick. One of them going to be like 1, 2, 3, match over with. Press for time. Timing. This is an issue that TK and them going to have to get right. If the timing and the pacing ain't right, your episode going to be trash. I'm sorry. Ain't even had nothing to do with the wrestling. It's the pacing and the timing. I'm watching this stuff, I'm looking at it, and I'm sitting up and saying, man, this is a terrible episode. This is terrible. I'm watching this, and I know a lot of people in the IWC, especially on the AEW fan base, they gonna hear this review, and they can't thumb the video down because I can't see it, but they gonna be like, man, Marcel, you tripping. I'm telling you the bold-faced truth. When I'm watching for pacing and timing, and if it equals out together, your show is gonna be great. Fools on the timeline was talking about this was excellent. No, it wasn't. It was hot garbage. This is trash. Utter trash. I'm critiquing it based on what I'm seeing. This is a honest critique. AEW is still the best wrestling show on the planet, but when you put foolishness on like that, I can't give you praise. I gotta shoot. I'm taking a dump on the show. It was trash. Rampage was garbage. I'm sorry. It was trash. It was trash. I'm like, man, I'm like, can we get a week where we got Dynamite was excellent and Rampage was excellent too? Why the heck we gotta have one show gotta be hot garbage while the other show is great? It don't make no sense. TK, what the heck is wrong with you? You need to get your behind kicked. Goofy as heck, fool, silly as heck. I'm telling you, TK is a clown. I call him a clown to his face. He on clown status just like that old kook Vince McMahon. Just straight up clown. I'm sorry. Now, let me go ahead and talk about Miss Shida's situation before I end this review. Oh, yeah. Jurassic Express, they end up winning. They beat the Gun Club, so the Gun Club finally got a loss. Whatever. So, that's that. Miss Shida put out a report, because y'all know she back home in Japan. She talked about how she feels that AEW has not been doing the Japanese wrestlers right, the Joshi wrestlers. And she talked about how while she was there, she was sitting in catering, and I'm sitting to myself, Shida, you in one of the best feuds going. You in the feud with the Miss Professional, aka Serena Deeb. So, a whole lot of people in the IWC, especially on my side of the ring, was saying, Shida is saying the same exact thing as Miss Big Swole was saying. And I read what she said, and I said, well, very interesting. Like, Shida, when you talk about, hey, Big Swole, Big Swole, TK is great, and TK's the man, and I love AEW, yet here you are, you at the crib, the man let you go back home. He let you go home, he let you chill, let you get your injuries or whatever situation you got going on. And then you go and spew this. Then, as you know, everybody in the timeline was talking about TK need to go ahead and apologize to Big Swole because now look, Shida coming out the woodwork saying this. I'm like, Shida, you a 2-time AEW Women's Champion. One, look, I love Big Swole, but you definitely 1,000% better wrestler than Big Swole. But here's the problem. You're saying what she was saying because you talk about how you will want you want more of the Joshi wrestlers to get the spotlight on Rampage or Dynamite, correct? That's what you said, right? Because the only time they show up is on Dark and Elevation, which I don't watch. And she talked about the language barrier and all this crazy stuff, and COVID was an issue and all this and everything. I said, the name of the game is, if you are a good, put them on. put them on. Shida is a great wrestler, but here she is complaining and crying and kind of sounding like similar to what Big Swole was saying. I said it's kind of a double standard, you know. It's a double standard. Now let me go ahead and talk about this so-called language barrier thing. Now, obviously, we all know the number one dude that's responsible for the Joshies is out on injury relief himself. I'm talking about Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is the biggest Japanese wrestler, female wrestler fan on the planet. He runs that. That is him. That's all him. So this language barrier thing, that's on him. That I would probably put more of that on Kenny than I would TK. Even though TK is the one that's calling the shots, Kenny is the one that's 1,000% behind the Japanese wrestling. Anytime you see them on TV, that's all Kenny. That's all, from what I'm told, that's all Kenny. Kenny is 1,000% responsible for the Joshi showing up. That's him. Well, that man ain't even here. That man chilling. That man, he get his body right. I know a lot of people want him to hurry up and get back because Jay White's there. I don't need to see Kenny for a whole year. We can have Jay White all year long. We don't need Kenny. I don't need to see him. I want my boy to be 100%. Once he come back, put on Mac classes. That's what I want. But this situation that came out the woodwork, got the whole IWC talking. Now, for the people who don't like Big Swole, they were sitting up and saying that what Shida was talking about has absolutely nothing to do. I said, well, why did she mention Joshi wrestlers? She's talking about the wrestlers that look like her. Ain't that what Big Swole said? Big Swole said that she wanted a wrestler that looked like her daughter. Big Swole should have just been upfront and said, look, Tony Khan don't showcase black talent like he should. Instead of to talk about diversity, AEW is very diverse. It's just they don't. They can be a lot better when it comes to the black talent, 1,000%. And now that you brought Keith Lee on, you have absolutely no excuse. You got Jay Lethal, Keith Lee, Will Hobbs, Dante Martin, my man Sean Dean of all people is taking shots at MJF. Shout out to my man Captain Sean Dean. He said something about MJF. MJF called him a female dog. And he said, well, I'm the guy that beat you. So that makes you my female dog. I don't say the word. Y'all know I don't cuss. I don't call women out their name. But let me tell you something. I told Captain Sean Dean, I said, that's my captain right there. Chi-Town's on. That's my boy. Talk your mess. Even though they should have had him actually get the pin on the man. Not that foolishness they did with having CM Punk come through. Look at it. CM Punk is a Chi-Town native, and he gonna do his own Chi-Town neighbor bogus like that. It's goofy, just silly as heck, just goofy. But it is what it is, you know. So, but yeah, that's my whole thing on the Shida situation. That's that, y'all. This is my honest to God review. I keep it real. Rampage was horrible. It was horrible. Rampage was trash. Did they do a good job? You know, hyping up Dynamite and Rampage next episodes for next week? Yes, they did. But outside of that, I wasn't feeling nothing on the show. And even though the main event was the best match on the show, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. TK, you're going to have to get this right. We got to. I'm tired of coming on here dogging you out. We got to get this right. How the heck you let Charlotte and Naomi have a much better match than anything that happened on the show? And that's the Fed. That's the prison over there. That's the prison. WWE's prison land. And Charlotte and Naomi went out there and balled the heck out. Naomi and Charlotte balled out. I saw that matchup and I was like, yo, I can't hate it all. Charlotte and Naomi was tearing it up. And the fans, the crowd reaction. I said, Vince, listen, Vince, this is what the fans want. If you gave a crap about your girls, the girls will be in the same possession as the boys. They would be in the same possession. It would be just as great. And WWE would be still one of the best wrestling shows on the planet. That statement hasn't been real for over dang near 2 decades. That statement that I just mentioned, WWE hasn't been the best wrestling show since back in the day. Since early 2000s. I say the last time they was great was from 2000 to about 2014. That's it. That's from 2000 to 2014. From that point on, WWE ain't. There's been a hit and miss. You might have a solid year in 2016. You might do a little something in 2019. You might do a little something, but it hasn't been great. And that's because the two buffoons that calls the shot don't give a crap about putting on compelling television. Yet, Charlotte, for a change, actually said, you know what, I'm going to go out here and wrestle. And then Naomi, who always been great, got the opportunity to just showcase, if you let this woman go, if you take the handcuffs off her, don't let her shine just because it's Black History Month. So ain't no one really talk about that. Yeah, it's Black History Month, by the way, right? Naomi shining. It's Black History Month, so then what happened when Black History Month is over? You see what I'm saying? That's because Vince and them, y'all know how you get down. Y'all know how they get down. It's sad, but it's the honest to God truth. I'm gonna end my review by saying this. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that's coming through. The new subscribers. Keep on commenting, keep on liking, keep on sharing the video all over the place. Y'all know me. I come on here. I tell y'all the honest to God truth. I tell you what you need to hear and not what you don't need to hear. I know a lot of people want to talk about all this other foolishness that's going on in IWC. I'm going to tell you the real, because I keeps it real up here. This your boy Casey Bell, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'll let me.